Hello, 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 hello. We're glad that you are here today. Hello, hello, hello. One more time. Hello, 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 hello. We're glad that you are here today. Hello, hello, hello.
All right, are we on? Are we on? Yes. All right, very good. Uncle Henry here, Uncle Henry Internet Show. Thank you for looking in tonight. We're going to try and do a better job this week than we have the previous 2 weeks. And when I say we, I really mean Johnny Gwynn and these other yahoos that are running things. You know, I've had numerous people come to me and offer to help because of all the stuff that's going on, Johnny Gwynn. All right, tonight's show, we're going to have Arielle from 107.3 The Beat, and we'll talk about her life and times. Before we get to Arielle, a couple of things. First, another bedtime story for senior citizens. Yes, you've noticed during the quarantine that all of the big celebrities are going on social media and reading bedtime stories to little children so they can build their celebrity brand and hopefully be even more famous after this is all over. But who's ignored by this? The senior citizens. No one cares about the senior citizens the way they should. And so I've got a special bedtime story for senior citizens I want to share with you. After all, this is the time that all upstanding senior citizens should be in bed. So if you're living with a senior citizen, you might want to go and take your phone or your tablet or whatever device you're using and thrust it in their face and let them see the bedtime story for seniors. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Now, this story this week is called The Pound Cake. Once upon a time, there was an upstanding senior citizen named Sally. Sally was an energetic 79-year-old widow who lived in a nice house in the Landfair neighborhood between Airport Boulevard and Dolphin Street. Her late husband was a wise investor who passed away with a sizable life insurance policy, so Sally was financially comfortable. Sally spent her time gardening, volunteering with her Baptist church, and watching her teenage grandson, Tyler. But her favorite thing to do was bake cakes, and her specialty was pound cake. Sally made the best pound cake in Mobile. All the folks in her Sunday school class, especially the men folk, loved Sally's pound cake. Then one day at church, there was a new woman in her Sunday school class, a woman named Doris. Doris was a young woman, only 66 years old, almost too young to be in Sally's Sunday school class. And Doris wore a dress that fit quite snugly. Sally thought Doris's tight dress put too much emphasis on her figure. When the Sunday school class started to plan next Sunday's special monthly Baptist Faith Luncheon, the new woman Doris proclaimed, "I volunteered to make a dessert for the Baptist Faith Luncheon. I'll make a pound cake." Sally felt like she'd been struck by lightning. Pound cake? Pound cake was Sally's specialty. Everyone loved her pound cake. Sally said, "Doris, thanks, but I'm the one who makes the pound cake around here. Maybe you can make the potato salad, or maybe you can bring the rolls." Doris replied with a sly smirk, "Don't be silly. Why can't we just have 2 pound cakes? I'll make mine, and you make yours, and we'll see which one people like the best." Then Doris laughed a cold laugh, and a few of the menfolk in the class also chuckled. Sally drove home from church feeling very, very sad. Sally wondered if Doris had a special recipe, maybe a better recipe. The men at church may like Doris's pound cake better, especially if they noticed Doris's young 66-year-old body in her tight dress. Sally became so upset, she started to cry. When Sally arrived home, she walked in the door crying big, big tears. Her teenage grandson, Tyler, was there, waiting on her, uselessly playing video games like all the young teenage morons do. Tyler saw Sally crying and asked, "Grandma, what's wrong?" Sally explained everything to Tyler. She told him about the young 66-year-old Doris, the floozy in the tight dress, who was going to ruin Sally's life with a pound cake. Tyler said, "I want to find out about this terrible woman, Grandma. Let's look her up on Facebook." And so Tyler used his teenage computer technology skills to look up Doris on Facebook. And Tyler exclaimed, "Look here, Grandma, this Doris has been divorced twice." Sally, for the second time in the same day, felt like she had been hit by lightning. Doris had been divorced twice? And Tyler added, "Look, Grandma, here's a picture of her on Facebook holding a beer in each hand." Sally burst into tears again, but this time, tears of joy. "Thank you, Tyler," she cried. "You just saved the day." The next morning, Sally went back up to the Baptist church as she always did, as a volunteer to help count Sunday's offering and to fold the church bulletins for Wednesday night service. When Sally got there with the other volunteers, she told them everything she had learned about the new woman Doris being divorced twice. She even showed them the picture of the Doris woman holding a beer in each hand. Tyler printed the picture on a piece of paper for Sally because Sally didn't know how to use Facebook on her phone. By the time Sunday morning rolled around, the entire church was buzzing about Doris's divorces and her beer picture. It was the biggest scandal in the church since the pastor's wife got a spray-on tan. When the young 66-year-old Doris unboxed her pound cake at the Baptist Faith Luncheon that day, none of the women of the church would take a slice of that pound cake. Only old Ed ate a piece, and that was because he was hard of hearing and didn't hear about Doris being a divorced beer drinker. Meanwhile, Sally's pound cake was a huge hit, just like it had always been. Everyone loved Sally's pound cake. 2 weeks later, the new young woman Doris left to find another church, and Sally kept baking pound cakes and lived happily ever after. The end. Bedtime stories for seniors. Now, before we bring Arielle on, we want to do something as a public service. I understand that many of you are quarantined. You're spending a lot of time cooped up. You may have been furloughed or laid off. You may be struggling with money. You may have built a business up just to see it utterly destroyed by the coronavirus panic. And so we want to help your mental health. In fact, the Mobile County Health Department, this past week, they had their own Mobile County Health Department licensed professional counselor give some special mental health tips on how to cope with coronavirus stress. And I brought some of the audio of that to our show tonight so that we can hear what the government, this is the government-funded professional counselor, this is what our government counselor says we should do if we're feeling incredibly stressed out by like having our job taken away or spending too much time with our spouse. All right, Johnny Gwynn, play the first tip.
Simply taking a hot shower or a bath helps. It has been shown that this helps reduce stress.
All right, so if you've watched your business go down the drain, take a hot bath. All right, play the next tip.
And think of other ways that might help you personally. That might be listening to music. That might be engaging in an adult coloring book or just doodling.
Okay. So if you've spent years working on your business only to now file bankruptcy, go get an adult coloring book. In color. In fact, when you're coloring, I found that it helps to grab it with the whole fist and just color like that. Johnny Gwynn, play another. Oh, wait, I think there's a mistake. Is there a mistake in the graphics? All right, there's a mistake in the
During a
graphics.
state of crisis, you have to be in touch with your body, and this will help you think better and more clearly.
Be in touch with your body. Be. Oh, wait, no, you're not supposed to touch yourself. That's not. All right, look, if my regular-sized mother is watching, that's not what it says, all right? You don't touch yourself. That's Johnny Gwynn. See, this is why people keep offering to help us do the show. All right, is there a final tip?
There is healing power when you feel that your voice is heard and somebody hears you and loves you and cares about you. So remember that.
Yes, so there's healing power in being heard. So you can call the show in just a few minutes after we interview Arielle. You can call the show and be heard. Now, before we bring on Arielle, the adult coloring. You may not have thought that all the stress of the coronavirus, maybe you've got a sick family member, or you don't know how you're going to pay your mortgage. You want to color, because coloring will help. So we've got a special, thanks to KP of shirtbutter.com, we went into the archives and we've got a coloring illustration. This is something you can find online, download it and print it out and color it. You can you've got the link is on the screen? Okay, so the link will go into the comment section as well. That's the direct link to it. You can also just hunt around on shirtbutter.com and find this. You can print this out. Now, I've never slapped a hippie, and I don't condone slapping others. I'm not a violent person. But if I were to fantasize about something, maybe I've thought that, wouldn't that be cool if I slapped a hippie? But I would never advocate the slapping of a hippie. But that's at shirtbutter.com, and the link will be in the comments section. Are we ready to bring out? Oh, there's this. It was based on a shirt. The coloring book was based on the Hippie Slap T-shirt that's still available at shirtbutter.com for now, until somebody decides to cancel all of us on social media. All right, is it time to bring out Arielle? All right, we need some life to this show. So please welcome Arielle from 107.3 The Beat.
Hi.
Arielle, thank you for coming in. By the way, don't be confused. This monitor that they've got me looking at is like 2 minutes behind.
Oh, that's fine. The little delay. I'm used
Yeah,
to
there's
that.
a delay.
That's
All right.
TV talk.
All right, now we're socially distancing.
We are.
And we have a barrier, like the least effective barrier possible.
Yes.
This is like at the worst of the grocery stores. Now, Arielle,
I come with a cup of Joe. I want you to see what I did there.
I see that.
Cup of
Yes,
Joe.
I see that. Now, Arielle can be heard in the afternoons on 107.3 The Beat. A lot of my listeners are elderly Caucasoids that don't know about The Beat.
Right.
Explain The Beat.
Okay, so The Beat is a newer station. We're about 5 years old, and we play hip-hop and R&B music. So, you know, if you're looking for the baby, Lil Baby, maybe Baby.
A baby?
Yeah, those are 3 different rappers. I just want to make
those are names of
Yes.
people.
Yeah, those are 3 different rappers.
I want to apologize. I almost corona'd. I might have to put on the mask in a little while. Now, I did go to your page to find the most played top songs on The Beat.
It's probably a Drake song.
Life is Good.
Featuring Drake.
Future featuring Drake. Now, what is that song about?
About their life being good. In fact, there's a line in the song where Future says he got on a pair of red bottoms. Life is good. Louboutins. All right.
I don't know what any of that is. What is that?
It's a designer.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very expensive. Like I found a pair on sale for $1,200.
Okay. All right. Well, good. All right. The other song, the number 2 most played song on The Beat is a song called Ballin'.
Yeah, that's DJ Mustard and Roddy Ricch.
And that is about obviously playing football or basketball.
No, having a lot of money, like balling, like you rich.
Was that what that? So if I went out into the streets of the city of Mobile and I said ballin',
That's a little play, but yeah, people would think that you're rich.
they would think that I was rich. Right?
Uh-huh.
See, we're learning together.
Yeah. Now you know things.
The number 3 top song on the beat is Bop.
Oh, The Baby.
Okay.
Baby.
Now, what is that song about?
Okay, so a bop is like a song that you like. What's your favorite song?
Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace is a bop because it's just a really good song. Amazing Grace is a bop though.
Okay. We'll get on to Arielle in a moment, but I need to learn this.
Okay.
The number 4 most played song is The Box.
Right, that's Roddy Ricch as well.
Now, what box is he talking about?
Okay, so that was a little more violent. In fact, there is a line in there where he say he wipes somebody's nose, which the CDC strongly suggests that you don't do it at this point.
But this is about helping somebody with a snotty nose? What is it about?
No. I don't know if I should explain what wiping somebody's nose is. It's very violent. It's murder.
Oh, my Lord. All right, well, we're
This
done
show
with
just
that.
went downhill.
All right, we're done with that. All right, thank you for the education. So,
You're
Arielle,
welcome.
why radio?
Why not? Like, I honestly, there was a point where I was like, okay, what could I possibly do that lets me play with music and talk to famous people and have a weird personality? Radio.
Okay. All right, what's the most famous person you've talked to so far?
So far, it would be one of our core artists, YG. I got a chance to talk to him right, exactly.
Okay, well, okay, so you're working your way up
Yeah.
to even more people we've actually heard of.
Yeah, like my Look Mama, I Made It moment is I interviewed Drake.
Oh, you did interview Drake?
I haven't.
Oh.
That's my Look Mama, I Made It moment.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, one of the more fascinating things about you is your family. Your mom, tell us about your mom.
My mother is a librarian at the Mobile Public Library.
And your dad?
And my dad is he is a safety supervisor at Evonic. He's also a minister.
He's a minister.
Yeah.
So you're the daughter of a preacher and a librarian. What does Dad think of The Box by Roddy Ricch?
He's never heard it.
What
He's
is-
never heard it. He purposely does not listen to my station. In fact, the first time he heard me on radio was because I did a commercial for the gospel station that I run.
Okay.
That was the first time.
That
he
was the
ever
first
heard-
time?
I've been in radio for 10 years. I've only ran that gospel station for about 2 years. That was the first time he heard me on radio.
Now, is that deliberate on his part?
Yes.
He does not want to hear you
He
on
doesn't
the
want to
air.
taint his soul with the music that I play.
What about your mom?
Same.
Your
Same
mom
thing.
doesn't listen either?
No. She can't taint her soul with that kind of music.
You seem very well adjusted for someone that is
am.
bringing shame to the family.
Yes. I'm the middle child. You know, the middle kids are the black sheep of the family.
So you
This is business as usual.
now is this all now you're a preacher's daughter.
Yeah.
Is this how many sisters do you have?
I have 4 sisters, so it's 5.
All right,
girls.
so are all your other sisters also trying to I don't even know what I'm trying to ask here. Are they also
A little rebellious?
okay? Thank you.
No. Think of us as the Cosby kids, and I'm the Denise.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now this is good.
In fact, that's what we've been compared to our whole lives when people are trying to describe who we are. They pick a Cosby kid, and I always end up with the Denise character.
Now, does this mean your dad gives Rohypnol to people? Does he slip things into people's drinks?
No, he does not. No. He's more of a Heathcliff, less of a Bill.
Okay, all right. Well, I've got to learn.
Yeah.
All right, so minister dad, librarian mom, they probably would like you to, and you've got a college degree.
I do, yeah. Sociology and journalism, broadcast journalism.
Okay, the highest paying degrees. That was sarcasm.
It was. That's why I said,
Have they made any comments about we're waiting on you to get into your real career?
You know, there was a point maybe about 3 or 4 years ago when I was between radio jobs, and my mother was like, "All right, so are you going to get a real job now?" And I was like, I've always had a real job.
Okay. All right. In fact, Arielle, you told me that when you were really young, you worked at a drive-through window.
Yeah, I worked at a Burger King.
Tell people, what was
That was
that
my
like?
first job.
What was that like?
That was stressful. I think like 3 or 4 times.
What was the most unusual thing you saw as the drive-through window person?
I had a group of swingers try to pick me up, but I was 15 at the time, and I didn't know what they meant by come party with us. It went downhill from there.
Wait, so you had a bunch of people drive up to the drive-through window for a Whopper,
Yes.
and they invited you to come into
Yes.
the car with them.
The woman kept saying she wanted to be friends with me, and at 15, I was like, "Oh, great, we can be friends."
But they wanted something else.
Yes.
All right, that's sick. You know,
It is.
to go to, she's 15.
I don't know if they knew I was 15.
But the point of this, Arielle, is that this is what we want. Right now, we have a world full of teenagers that don't get a job until after they get out of college. They don't even know what it's
Yeah.
like to earn a dollar. And Arielle was learning about earning that dollar.
Well, I wanted a cell phone, and my dad said I couldn't have one unless I got a job.
See,
And so in order to get a cell phone, I was like, well, if that's all I got to do, then I'll do it.
Did you tell Dad that you made me go to work and people wanted to pick me up for blankual favors? Did you tell him
I
that?
didn't. I never told him because once I figured out what was happening, I was like, oh, wow, I need to get out of here.
But you could have said, Dad, if you don't buy me this cell phone, you don't know who's coming through the drive-through.
I should have. See, I didn't know how
I
to play my
might say,
cards.
you know what? I might consider these offers, Dad.
I should have known how to play my cards. You're right.
But I'm proud, Arielle, that you did not go out the window and that you continued to earn. Now, you were also a Hooters waitress.
I did. Yeah, I worked at Hooters. It was interesting, to say the least.
Tell us. We want to know.
I was once offered a job at a strip club. Yeah, that was actually the cleanest thing that ever happened.
All right, so you're at Burger King. You attract deviants at Burger King that are living perverted lifestyles. They want to pull you out of the window to join their perversion.
Yes.
Then you go to another restaurant. You think, well, this might be a step up, and then people want to drag you into taking your
You know what was
clothes
funny
off.
though? I was actually working in radio and moonlighting as a Hooters waitress.
So 2 jobs, industrious with 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Does this happen on every job that somebody wants to pull you into some perverted
It
situation?
sounds like it, doesn't it?
It does.
It almost makes me wonder, am I doing something? Like, is it something about me?
Has this happened to your sisters? Have your sisters been asked to join
know.
deviant groups?
You know, they haven't said. But now I wonder, has this happened to anybody else or is it me?
Okay.
Maybe I need to check my energy, balance my chakras.
Arielle, please don't bring up any of this alternate religion stuff. Please,
Okay.
This cult
Okay.
stuff.
It was
chakras.
so easy, and it was like right there. I couldn't help myself. Okay.
Balance your chakras. You can do that when you're doing the adult coloring book.
You can.
Now, everybody has heard, well, not everybody,
Mm-hmm.
because I've got a limited audience in the morning, but people that follow me have heard about you deciding to get fit.
Yeah.
And you tell us how you decided to get physically fit a few years ago.
So yeah, like a few years ago, I saw this picture of me from Christmas. My God, was I round? And I was like, nope, this is not gonna happen. But I knew, like just regular workouts, I would never stick to them. So for a radio bit, just like working at Hooters was a radio bit, I decided to go to a pole fitness class.
Pole fitness.
Pole dance fitness. Yeah.
Pole dance.
Check that out. That is called a martini.
Now, is that you?
That's me.
Arielle, that is, that's not,
Yeah.
has your dad seen this?
You know what? Here's the funny thing. For years, my dad had no idea that this is what I was doing.
For
And, like,
years?
yes, for years. I've been doing it for 3 years. So for the first 2 years, 2.5 years, he thought I was just like going to like a Zumba class.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. And then my son sometimes would go with me, and he told him, Daddy, we went to fireman class. Fireman class? Okay. He thinks that I'm, getting him into extracurricular activities. He thinks that's great. He walked into my living room a little bit before Christmas, and I forgot to take my home pole down. And he's like, what is this? And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
That I had to think on my toes, and that's all I had.
So your dad, the minister dad comes over, and you've got a pole at your house.
Mm-hmm. So I can practice. That takes a lot of practice to get,
Arielle,
to get
that
into
is,
that. My body weight is on my wrist.
And look, I admire the level of fitness involved.
Yeah.
No father wants to know that his daughter can even get into that position. we don't want to acknowledge that it exists.
On a pole or
Johnny
on her
Gwen,
back.
take that picture off. I feel like I'm doing something wrong looking at it.
That's a great picture.
Take it off, Johnny Gwen. All right, now
Uh-oh.
this is different. This is more artistic than just
Yeah.
being all wide open like that. Now describe this.
That is actually called a figure 4 layback, and I'm pretty much relying on my thighs to keep me glued to that pole.
All right, now.
Yeah.
All right, now that does look very strenuous.
It is. It took me about a year and a half to be able to pull off that move.
Okay, all right, and that was at the lip sync challenge
That was
with
at the
the
lip
Fuse
sync
project.
Who would have thought that I would spend $40,000 on my education, get a professional career, and still swing around a pole?
It's
Can you believe it? For work.
this is something all of you people that are putting your kids through college,
Mm-hmm.
just remember that at any moment they can get on the pole.
For professional purposes.
All right, so lip sync challenge, and Johnny Gwen, you have another picture of the lip sync challenge? Johnny Gwen, how hard is it to hit a damn button, Johnny Gwen? All right, now this.
Yes, the entire iHeart crew.
Now you look like you're happier than everybody else. Was that an act or what is that?
No, I'm actually, you know what? I don't know why I'm always happy, but I am. Even when I'm in my worst moods, it's like a habit. Happy is a habit.
Maybe that is why the deviants
Hashtag
reach
happy
out
is
to
a
you.
habit. Yes.
That's why the people want to hire you to be strippers and stuff is
because my heart chakra is balanced. Okay, so I'm always emitting the good energy, that good love energy.
All right. All right. Let's have Johnny Gwen, there's another picture that Arielle sent.
Oh, okay. So the oldest, that is my son, Gary, and the baby that he's holding, that is my nephew, my first nephew. I'm finally an auntie.
Well, congratulate your Aunt Arielle.
No. I'm Num Num.
Num Num.
I'm far too young to be auntie.
Okay, so Num Num is
I'm
on
Num
the
Num.
pole.
Yes.
The little child will grow up knowing that Num Num's on the pole. All right. And your son is how old now?
My son is 5. He's 5 years old.
Okay.
So he's like ready for kindergarten. If it comes.
All
Who
right.
knows?
What has that been like? You've been with him in your
Yeah.
home a lot. What is that like?
You know what? It has its ooh, yay.
What is this?
Yeah, it's a cup of Joe. Get it? Cup of Joe.
All right.
But yeah, no, he's there have been moments where it's like, oh yay, this is so fun. And then moments where it's like, I'm going to hug his neck with my hands.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's rough. It's very difficult.
Let me tell you, I'm just trying to get something done. He's like, hey mommy, hey mommy, hey mommy, hey mommy, hey mommy, hey mommy, hey mommy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, stop it.
Okay.
He's a lot.
All right. Well, I talked to him. Was it today?
Yes.
I talked to her son and he yelled at me. He did.
He roared.
He did roar at me. Now, eventually, we're going to take phone calls. Now, when? Okay, all right, here we go again. They know that we want to take phone calls, and they're waiting until the last damn minute. You know, we've been up here. They say, Johnny Gwen wants me up here at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, so you're getting there. All right. So, Mom and Dad, did that when you and I were on television? We were on broadcast television together.
Yeah.
Did anybody in your family ever see you on that show on TV?
Not my aunt would, my aunt and uncle, because they're generally up around that time.
Okay.
So they would see me, and the ladies who filed my taxes every year watched religiously.
All right, but what about mom and dad? I mean, one of their daughters is on broadcast television.
For my mom, that was a little early. And for my dad, sometimes if he was coming in from work, he would turn on the TV and catch the show.
Oh, he would?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It just depended on how early he got home from work.
Okay, so they've seen you there, but he still hasn't listened to you on the air.
Isn't that weird?
It is very
Like
strange.
he's heard me on your station, he's heard me on Hallelujah, but my actual core station, he hasn't heard that yet.
Do you think he'll ever
No.
hear you on the air?
No, my music gets worse and worse every year.
But what if you do interview somebody really famous? You don't think he would?
Unless it is a bishop, probably not. The height of my career is me interviewing Drake.
Okay.
For him, it would be like BB Winans.
All right, we're on Facebook Live video now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any chance he would ever see this video?
Yes, if I share it.
So he would see it. Well, I wanted to ask whether he sees this or not. How is he as a preacher?
Oh, he's good.
Oh, so he is a good preacher.
Yeah. Like, a lot of my Sundays are, okay, so what church do we have to go to this Sunday? That's me. Generally
Okay.
on Saturday nights is when I find out what church I have to be at the next morning because everybody's inviting him somewhere.
Okay, so he gets
So he's
invited
good.
to speak. He's a
Yes.
good he's a
Yes,
good
and he's
preacher.
like a good Baptist minister.
Is there anywhere we could find him online preaching?
No. My dad is like an old school minister. He doesn't put it online.
Okay,
doesn't
that's
put it
very
online.
different from nowadays. Nowadays,
Well, I think now, especially with coronavirus, you don't have any other choice but to put your church online.
that's true. Well, then we should look for him.
We should. I don't know if he has any speaking engagements. I'm sorry, ministry engagements coming up. But yeah.
Now, Arielle was hired into iHeart a few years ago. They hired her to screen phone calls for me in the morning on that strange broadcast TV radio hybrid. What did they do? I've never asked Arielle this before. How did they prepare you for the show? What did they tell you about me?
They didn't. And that was I had so many assumptions going in. I was like, oh my gosh. I heard you yelling. I used to hear you yelling, and I was
Right.
like, oh my gosh, I got to work with that guy. So, and they never told me. They were like, oh, you're going to work with Uncle Henry. It'll be great. That's the
But
most they gave
they
me.
didn't tell you anything about the show
It'll
at
be great.
all?
No. They just told me it was a show, and I should listen to it sometimes in the morning. I'm like, I'm never out that early. That's crazy. I'm not waking up to listen to that show.
Okay. So they didn't tell you anything?
But I knew you were the guy that was always yelling and slamming stuff. You were
Okay.
always angry.
Oh, I'm not always angry.
A little irritable.
I am not.
Oh.
All right. Do we have the phones ready?
And he's not irritable.
All right. Arielle, are you prepared to take some phone calls from the
Yes,
viewers of
absolutely.
this program? 251-290-2855. That's 290-BULL. We'd love to hear from you. Any questions you have for me or Arielle or anything you want to talk about. We heard from the health department, professional counselor, that it's important to be heard for your mental health. We have a caller?
There is healing power when you feel that your
That's
voice
not a
is
caller.
heard and somebody hears you.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Could you
How
give
are
me
you
some more
guys?
volume on this? I can barely hear the caller. I apologize. This is only the third show. Give us a couple of years. Caller.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Hello.
How's it going? This is Edro from Colorado. How are you guys?
All right.
Oh, yay, Colorado.
All right, now you're calling from Colorado.
Yes, sir.
Hey, 420's coming
I
up.
wanted
How's
to-
that going to go in Colorado?
It's groovy, baby. We're gonna have some virtual 420 celebrating going on through
Hey.
Zoom. We're gonna
What
have-
does that mean,
we're gonna have-
420?
Oh, I'll tell you after. I'll tell you after the show.
You know what? Believe it or not, I don't know the actual origin of it. I just know it's time to smoke some doobies, baby.
Here we go.
Hey,
Yes.
Henry.
Colorado,
Henry.
the first call of the night is some Moron on dope from another
Henry,
state.
hey, Henry,
What?
baby. I just wanted to tell you in that maroon jacket, you look like a Dell Champs manager back in the 80s.
Hang up on this guy. Hang up on him.
No.
Hang up on him. Hang up on him. Del Champs manager. Do you know what Del Champs
I
is?
do. My aunt actually worked at Del Champs when I was a kid.
All right. Is there another call? All right. Hello, caller.
Hey, tonight's show is awesome.
All right.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, Arielle, you're awesome. Thanks for sharing those pictures of your pole fitness. That's fascinating.
You're welcome.
Yeah, of course, the Earth would tilt off its axis if Henry's fat mama tried that.
Cut that guy off! You sick freak. You, and I apologize, Arielle, there's droplets coming out. You scumbag sleazehead. What a despicable freak you are.
Gosh, what is wrong with these people?
Despicable. You know, this could be the first time Arielle's dad has ever seen her.
Yeah.
And he would watch this. He's going to think horrible things of me because I've attracted sleaze like you. All right, maybe we don't need to do the show anymore if we're going to have calls like that.
Staying at
All right,
home is bringing out some crazy.
Let's have another call. Let's have another call. Hello.
Good evening there. Good evening, Uncle and Arielle. Long
Good
time
evening.
no see.
Hi.
Long time no see.
How you been? You know, Arielle, they had a Richter scale reading the other day of 5.1 in the Mobile region, and they found out what caused it.
What caused it?
What is
Uncle Henry's mama was trying to do the pole fitness thing. And
Would you hang up on this guy? You sick freak! Attacking my mother like this is sick. You know, we're on edge.
Wow.
We're on edge. Coronavirus. People are sick, physically ill from this. It's impacting families, and the economy is being destroyed. And all you can think of to do is attack a man's mother?
It might be good for their mental health. They need to talk to someone and hear that they are hurt. If you're yelling back, then they know they're hurt.
Oh, you think it helps his mental health?
No, it's not doing anything for yours.
This is heard, and somebody hears you and loves
Johnny,
you
what are
and
you
you're-
doing? Don't play, look, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. All right, please, let's see if we can take another. And by the way, we're seeing a countdown of the video. Is this thing working? Are we on? Are we even
We're
on
about to
anymore?
find out.
Did you stop? Hey, calm down over there. Well, let's first establish, are we even on the damn internet? I don't want to take a call, no offense to the caller, but if we're not on the damn internet, what's the point? Are we on the damn internet, Johnny, or not? We're on. All right, we're on. All right, caller, let's take a call. Hello.
Hey, Henry.
Yes. Hello?
I know you got, Henry, you got 2 dogs, and I was just wondering if Arielle had any dogs when she was growing up, or maybe has one with her son now. I mean, I got a schnauzer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
congratulations.
I had a dog growing up. He was a German Shepherd. His name was Prince, the doggy formerly known as.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a thing for Prince, so I named the dog Prince. He died. And the little boy who killed him, guess what I did? Made him my boyfriend.
Uh-oh.
What? Oh, how did he kill him?
With a rock. He threw a rock at him.
Arielle, what?
I don't know. Look,
What a sad story.
I have made terrible decisions for dating in this lifetime, but there's that.
You know, we're here. We're trying
I'm also divorced. That just goes to show you my track record.
Yeah, but a guy killed your dog with a rock and then you went out with him on a date?
Yeah. Isn't that awful?
Well, could you tell us why?
He was so cute and he had braids. And this was like early 2000 when boys had braids, they were the cute boys.
So if you decide to kill someone's pet, make sure you're cute. Make sure you're cute. Now braids might not work,
If they won't.
but there's something you can do
I'm sure there is.
to make yourself cute.
Your
All
bank
right.
account.
Is there another call? All right, let's take a call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Yes, sir.
How you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing my best.
I see you got a lovely young lady there with you.
Well, hello.
Don't you? No, you're not a swinger, are you?
Please don't be.
Oh, no, sir.
Good. Thank the Lord.
I'm 67 years old.
Well, that's great.
I haven't seen anything in years down below.
Hang up on this guy. Hang up. Hey, come on, folks. Come on. Work with me here. Work with me here.
Oh, what is happening?
Work with me. You know, this is not, I envisioned a wonderful bunch of callers just calling in.
I love this show.
Some wonderful discussions with Arielle, getting to the bottom of her. You've got to admit, her psychology is fascinating. Preacher's daughter on the pole. Parents don't want to listen. I mean, there's so much going on here, and she's happy, or claims to be. And then you're calling in about what's going on below. We're not going to have any discussion of anything below someone's navel area on the program. All right, do we have another call? All right, let's take another call.
I don't even know if it's safe anymore.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you're on.
I'm on?
Yeah, hi. How are you?
Okay, hi. Yes, I have two I'm good. I have two questions for Arielle.
Okay.
One, are you going to actually do anything on the poll, like live on the show tonight?
No.
No. Sorry, no.
No. Wasn't that picture enough?
No live poll. Secondly, do you think are you going to do you give any classes? Is this something you think you could teach possibly Henry's mother to do?
Stop it! How dare you suggest that my mother would get on a poll?
Look. There is a 60-year-old woman in my pole class. She decided that she no longer wanted to work her corporate job, so she quit and became a cocktail waitress at a strip joint. I am not making this up.
All right, back up. All right. She's 60, and what was her job before she just threw her life away?
She never suggested. She worked in corporate America. This is what she said. And she decided that it wasn't fulfilling anymore. She had always wanted to be an exotic dancer. And so she figured if she starts off as a cocktail waitress and takes a couple pole classes, she could build her way up and become a professional stripper.
All right, I thought this would be a wonderful diversion from quarantine.
It is.
And we're now learning that America is in such trouble that 60-year-old women, 60-year-old women are trying to work their way up to be a stripper.
There is a ladder in every career field.
All right, we're going to try and salvage this. Is there any other calls left? All right, let's go back to the phones. Hello. Hello.
Uncle Henry, how are you doing tonight?
I'm struggling.
You doing? Well, you know what? I just wanted to share a memory I had from several years ago on your show. I actually won some tickets to go see ZZ Top down at the Wharf, and you were running a contest that morning. And the contest question was, when when Leonard Skinner's airplane left the place in South Carolina, where was it going when it crashed? And so I was like, all right, I got in, and I'm going to win this because I know where it was going. It was headed to Baton Rouge. That was the answer to the trivia question. But there was a caller in front of me, and I'm like, oh, my goodness, I'm not going to win this. This guy's going to get it. And when you ask him, he says, where was their plane headed to? And the guy says, I don't know where their plane was headed to, but I know this. It just left your big fat mama's house.
Would you? Stop it! You people! This is sick! You perverted, sleazy scumbags attacking somebody's mother. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I've never asked Leonard Skinner trivia. Leonard Skinner trivia.
You got to give them points for the creative cup, the build-up.
No, I don't have to give them credit.
It's a positive.
I don't have to give them credit.
If you keep it positive, then your blood pressure will come
This
down.
is more of like evidence that it was that was intentional. This makes it first degree douchebaggery is what it does.
We got to balance your chakras.
Balance my chakras. Well,
on edge.
I've got this to color when I go home. From shirtbutter.com, I printed out the coloring page, and I can color me slapping a hippie. And I'll imagine that this is the guy that called in with a stupid Leonard Skinner trivia question.
Okay, that's not going to balance your chakras, but we'll work
My
on it.
chakras don't need nothing.
Oh, they do.
All right, is there another call? All right, take the call. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Henry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I called in your first one of these things, and I was real appreciative of you doing this for us. You know, we're confined and isolated, and it's good to see the old Uncle Henry and what's in that cup over there that gal's drinking.
I don't know.
It's a cup of Joe. Get it? Cup of Joe?
Okay. Now, most times Joe means coffee, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Cup of Joe.
Okay. So now, Uncle Henry, I was the last caller on the first episode of this, whatever this is called, and you asked you about your man bun. You said you were not getting one.
No.
And, okay, and that's a good thing. But do you have any idea what Kate Iva is going to do about our opening up the businesses?
Hang up on this guy, please. Sir, by the way, I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for calling in and just being boring. Because I needed a break. I needed a break.
But at least he asked a legitimate question.
And I don't know, I know that the lieutenant governor came out with a plan for reopening some businesses, and eventually they're going to wait for Kay Ivey to emerge from wherever she is, and they're going to show her the plan, and we'll get whatever her. Well, I'm not implying that she's in a cave, but I'm sure Kay Ivey she is in that zone of, if she gets corona, it's really bad. So she's got to be hidden away somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, is there another call? Yes. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Norman.
How y'all doing?
Hi.
Yep, it's me.
Thank the Lord.
How you doing, Ariel?
I'm good. How are you?
Sure
Long
good
time
to
no
talk to you
hear.
again. I've been wondering. I've been asking, Uncle Henry, and he said you working on the other station.
Yeah.
I don't listen to that because that music's not up my alley.
My dad
it's
doesn't
not
listen
country
either.
enough. It's a little. And speaking of your dad, and you said he would only want to meet somebody like, who did you say, Bishop? B.B. Winans?
Yeah. That's one of his favorite gospel singers.
I had an instance where I got to meet T.D. Jakes.
Really?
What
was that like?
He's a fine fellow. He's a fine fellow.
Good.
He's a real man of God, and he's real straightforward and upstanding. And I tell you what, you know how you some of these preachers are easy going, boy. When you with him, you better toe the line because you kind of feel like you're standing there with your daddy. You know what I mean? When you're a little kid.
He does remind me a lot of my father.
Fly right.
Hey,
Exactly.
Norman,
so you got to behave.
Can I interrupt just for a moment? I'm not cutting you off because you're sane. But we've got to point something out. We've left this out. This is an important part of the narrative of Arielle. She's the preacher's daughter who's on the pole, and she's the program director of 107.3 The Beat that plays the filth music. But at the same time, she's also the program
Did you say
director.
the filth music?
Yes, she's also the program director of a gospel station.
I told the line.
Where do people find the gospel on the FM?
That's 100.3.
100.3, very good gospel. It balances her chakra.
It does. It does. I told the line, oh no, but according to most Christians, I'm lukewarm. And you're not allowed to be lukewarm.
Okay, this is good now. We've gotten it. All right, Norman, please continue.
Well, you know, I mean, we can't judge. You know, it's not
True.
for us to judge.
What do you mean?
You know, I mean, the girl got to make a living.
I'm not
Right.
judging
You
Ariel.
would,
Now, I can judge the
But-
music, which sucks. It's
Some
filthy.
of the
well,
songs
that's not
do.
what it
Yeah.
sounded like. It sounded like you were judging her. But,
No,
you know,
if-
she works for the same company you do. The girl's got to eat.
I
You
am
got
not.
to feed that baby.
No, I'm not judging. Look,
Thank you, Norman. I'll drink to that. Coffee.
I would not invite Ariel here. I'm not. You know me. I'm not combative. I would not invite
Right.
Ariel here. What? Hey,
Whew.
do you have a microphone? Damn. No, I would not invite Ariel here to be judgmental of Ariel. That is not the point. I'm fascinated. Ariel with the librarian mama and the pastor daddy, and she's on the pole. I mean,
Yeah.
she needs her own TV show, is what she needs.
Would it be like
Well, that's
keeping up with the
usually what
Kardashians?
happens. Normally the kids that have the strict parents, you know, they're the ones that normally go off the rails. But at least the girls are working. You know,
Oh, look.
You know,
Anybody that's out at
know,
age
she's not-
15, modern times, as I pointed out earlier, a lot of teenagers don't even get a job until they're in college, after college, and they're not prepared to be in the workforce. She's prepared to be in the workforce. In fact, your first year,
Right.
at least at iHeart with me, very difficult for you. It was only part-time. It was
Yeah.
low wages.
Yeah, so I did the best I could
Yeah.
with that and worked my way up the ladder.
and I'll end on this, Ariel. I would like to apologize for anything I might have said to you at the drive-through. I didn't mean
come
it that way.
Come on, Norman.
Roll
You're
Tide.
not going to do that.
Thank you, Norman. I will
thank
take that
you, Norman.
apology.
All right, how much time do we have in the? I feel exhausted from these phone calls. All right, let's take some more calls. Hello.
Hey, Uncle.
Hey there.
It's Bridget from Royal Barbers.
Bridget from Royal Barber. Now, Ariel has not talked to you before,
sir.
but Bridget is somebody that watches the Facebook show every morning.
Well, hello, Bridget.
And Bridget, you've been going
Hi,
through
Ariel.
you've been going through a rough time.
Yes, I have, and I've been listening to Ariel, and I'm thinking I might need to take up some pole dancing.
Yes,
Come
I
on
promise
now.
it's a stress reliever. I promise. Like if
Yeah,
when I
not
pull
only
out my
that,
pole.
I need the money.
Oh, wow, and that too, you can get some really great tips.
I mean, there's someone for everyone, right? I mean,
It
the candy
is.
store has it should have like a mid-afternoon.
They
you
do.
know,
If I'm not mistaken,
a
they are
shift
open
for,
midday,
you know,
and so it's
for a
diamonds.
little bit older women.
Yeah. So I mean, you can make this work. You can make this work. Somebody,
I
people
can.
have a thing. If there's an
All
entire
right, look,
website,
I want to be polite, but can we not discuss when to take a pole class and
this is
and
the
all
perfect
this? I
time
mean,
to discuss that.
it is not. This
because
is
polls are actually on
No,
sale.
I'm
There was an
desperate.
article in the New York
polls
Post.
are on sale.
Yes, there was an article in the New York Post that a lot of people are spending their stimulus checks. I won't say everything, but one of them was polls.
People are spending their, thank you, government, for sending out poll money.
Yes.
Bridget, what else would you like
I'm
to talk
thinking
about?
we need some lessons because I haven't received unemployment, stimulus, or any SBA loans or anything.
Wow.
And I need to make some money. So I'm willing to dance.
Oh,
Yeah.
now don't, but look, hang on, Bridget. We might have to do some type of
GoFundMe account.
something to
Yeah.
keep you off the pole.
But
Well, you better hurry because I'm real close.
All right, well, we'll think about this. But by the way, a plug. Now, today the Lieutenant Governor talked about reopening, I think by the beginning of May, your establishment, Royal Barber. I don't know if the governor will go along with it, but I hope that they're able. What's that?
I'm going to open whether she goes along with it or not.
Okay. Well, folks, Royal Barber.
My right. It is my right. I'm going to do it, whether she goes for it or not. And if she doesn't like it, she can kiss my ass.
Oh, no, please don't say things like that, Bridget. She's the governor.
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't care who
Bridget
she
is my kind of girl. Go, Bridget.
But, look, I mean, she took away my livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
And that, that's what I do. That's how I work. That's how I make my money and support myself and my family. And she took it away without knowing the things that we have to do to stay sterile in our shops anyway.
Yeah.
She has no clue what she's doing.
Well, Bridget.
So I'm ready to fight.
Okay. Well, now, what about the mental health safety tips that we got from the health department? Are you going to?
I really hate that woman. I'm afraid I would attack her.
It's the government trying to
I
help
would jump
you.
across the desk and throat punch her really quickly.
All right. Well, Bridget.
I like Bridget.
And I'm feeling very afraid of what Bridget's going to say next.
I like you too, Arielle. We need to be best friends so you can teach me how to hold in.
Go, Bridget. Fight the power.
I know. And we'll do more than a cup of joe.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is not what this show's for. Bridget.
This is. It is to help support. Look, I already feel better.
See, she talked to somebody and now she feels heard.
All right. So okay, good.
Exactly.
All right, good.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, Johnny, go ahead and play your
There is
thing.
healing power when you feel that your voice is heard and somebody hears you and loves you and cares about you. So remember that.
Remember that.
Okay. All right. Is Bridget gone?
This show is a public service because now people feel heard.
All right. We've got just a few minutes left. Another couple of calls. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Henry, it's Caroline from North Carolina.
Calling in from North Carolina. Hey, Caroline.
I want to know from Arielle what her daddy's favorite hymns would be to get us through these troubled times.
Oh, that's a good question.
Excellent question.
I don't, and you know what's funny? I was in his bathroom earlier and the Gospel Pearls, the little hymn book Gospel Pearls was in his bathroom. And I was like, this is such a preacher thing. Like, why does he have this in his bathroom of all things? But I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Okay, well now see, Caroline, you asked a good question and it was a very revealing answer.
Yeah.
She doesn't know.
But now that I think about it.
I figured as a preacher's daughter, she might have some favorite hymns that she could.
What about your favorite hymn?
My favorite hymns, that would be Love Lifted Me.
Okay.
That was a good one. Gosh, now I'm trying to think of. I don't know if I Fly Away. Is I Fly Away a hymn? Okay, that sounds like some. Gosh, I don't remember the name of the song, but it's at the old rugged at the old rugged cross. The old rugged cross.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good one.
That one feels good.
All right. Anything?
No, thank y'all for taking our call tonight. It seems
How's
like
the
a
weather
good
in
show.
Colorado?
And Arielle, you just. Huh?
How's the weather?
She's in North Carolina.
North Carolina. North Carolina. Yeah. No, it's supposed to be about 73 tomorrow. We're going to be good.
Beautiful.
We're warming up. We're usually about 2 days right behind y'all. Whatever happens in South Mobile, we get it a couple of days later.
Beautiful.
Caroline, I hate to tell you this, but Johnny Gwynn has given me the wrap-up signal. We've got to.
Well, you tell Johnny Gwynn we love him, and we love you too, Uncle Henry.
Well, thank you, lady.
Night-night.
This has been good. We had to wait numerous minutes to get good calls. Oh, you want to take more calls? They call in, we should service them. All right, let's take just a few more.
Customer service.
All right, hello. Hello. Thanks, Johnny. Take more calls, says Johnny. And then there's no damn caller. Hello. Hello. Put that off. Take more calls. Oh yeah. You know what? We've got to serve these callers, Johnny. So we've got to serve them. Customer service, take the call.
Oh dear God.
All right, we have one more call. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
I can barely hear you.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Yes.
Arielle, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good.
Uncle Henry, how in the world are you still up? It is so late. You can't possibly be up this late. You have to be tired.
I
Did
hate
you take a nap?
I did not take a nap. I do feel terrible being up this late. And I will be going home, and I'll be going to sleep as quickly as is possible.
All right, I just wanted to say, thank God Johnny Gwen finally let me on the air. You know who this is. I love you guys. I don't know who that last woman was. I would like to know what everybody's eating this weekend. What are we eating? I'm hungry.
All right, Arielle, I will be eating hamburgers and French fries. Johnny Gwynn, good Lord Almighty! Would you let me look? We're getting close to the end here. Arielle, do you have any food plans?
Not that I have planned out. It's probably going to be somewhere in the seafood area. I'm doing this whole pescatarian thing.
What is that?
You know, where you just eat seafood, like that's your only meat. I'm telling you.
That's all?
Yes.
All right, well, that's not.
It balances that spirit of yours.
Well,
We're going to work on that.
it's better than going meatless. At least you're eating some meat.
No, that's the next step.
That's the next step.
Yes. You don't want your body to be a graveyard for animals, do you?
Look, the Lord put these animals on here for us to eat. That's
Take
what
care of.
Shelby Mitchell was here last week. She raises cows for me to eat.
Yes.
And she said that God put the cows on here just like on the Lion King, the circle of life.
What does Shelby's daddy do? He isn't a preacher. Mine's is. And in Genesis, we're supposed to be in charge of taking care of the animals. No, it's killing them, taking care of them.
We're being good stewards of the meat. We're stewarding it into our bodies.
But have you seen what the meat industry does to these animals?
I am wonderfully ignorant on that. Ignorance is bliss, and I'm blissfully, I don't ever want to know where my food comes from.
Yeah.
On that note, can we just go ahead and be done with this? All right, before we go, we can hear you every afternoon.
107.3 The Beat. I'm on from 3 to 7.
107.3 FM in Mobile is where you can hear Arielle. You can download this coloring page at shirtbutter.com. The link was also put in the comment section allegedly by Johnny Gwynn if he was truthful. You can download it, and then you can color it, and your mental health will be better.
Yeah. And your chakras will be balanced.
All right. Anything you want to say before we're done?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, we're done. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next Friday night. Goodbye. Turn it off.
This is fun.
Turn it off.
We wish you well. We wish you well. We wish you well. And we hope that wherever you are safe and well. Ooh, that makes me feel good on the inside to wish all of my friends well. We wish you well. We wish you well. We wish you well. And we hope that wherever you are safe and well. Ooh, that makes me feel good on the inside to wish all of my friends well. We wish you well. We wish you well.